Hey y'all, welcome. I'm so excited that you've joined me for the recap of week 4 in the One Room Challenge. This week we tackled tiling, finishing spray painting the window frames black, and I think that's it. A lot, for sure. Okay, this week I finished spray painting the window frames, and I'm planning to add what I've seen a few other influencers do. They add the electrical tape to make lines on the windows. Right now they're still feeling a little bit bare to me, but I think once I add the lines on and then hopefully do the trim, I think it's gonna look really good. This was our first time tiling, and we definitely have no experience in our families with either my husband or I, so we just watched tutorials and learned what we needed to do, and it was tiring. I am still very tired, but we got it done and it's looking so good. We still have to do the grout this coming week, but I really love it, and I think it's ours. We did it, and I think we're gonna really love it for years to come. So we found out in this space that it was a great space for tiling over tile, but we found that out once we started the demo, and once we broke those first few tiles, it was impossible to just pull out tiles that weren't connected. So that went out the window. We started to demo the floor, and the flooring, the cement that they put down is not even. So we had to pull out all of the skim coat, and then we realized that we were gonna have to fill some holes. So it was a process, it was a journey, and I think looking at it now, I'm like, wow, we really did that. Yeah, so a lot of prep work this week. It was very hard, but it's looking good. We decided to use a Ditra uncoupling membrane underneath in order to give a really solid foundation. Especially since we're in Texas, like foundation and concrete will tend to shift over the years. So I think it's gonna give a great durability. And so we skim coated that onto the concrete, and then we skim coated on top of it to put the tiles on. We tried to use spacers in this project, and I think a mistake we made was not getting spacers that were large enough. So I started to use the spacers, and then as I went on, it was getting hard to line everything up. So about a third of the way in, I just started doing it by eye, and the result was actually really good. And of course, my motto is contentment over perfection, and knowing that this was my first tiling job, I was prepared for it to not look perfect. And yeah, I think it has character. And of course, the fire clay tile, it is made in California, US made, and it is hand painted and just gorgeous. Like, it's really transformed the space. So I'm so excited to get the paint on the walls this week. We just received the order of Claire paint today. We're doing the whipped on the walls, coffee date on the ceiling to give that deep depth. And yeah, I think it's gonna be an exciting week once I recover from the tiling, because I could barely walk today. Thank you so much for joining me for this recap of week 4. We are going into week 5, which is technically the last week, even though the ORC, they give grace in your ending and just everything that's going on in the world right now. So We are planning to have a reveal next week, but we will see if that happens. I'm definitely not going to be pressured to finish if it's not quite there yet. So I hope you join me next week. And if you like this video, please subscribe, like, share, and you can join me over on Instagram. Of course, in my stories, I give those day-to-day updates on what's going on. Hoping you guys are dwelling aware out there.